I think Bitcoin's going to do something kind of like this over the next month and a half or so, so let's get into it. Now, this squiggle, in case it isn't obvious to you, I think there's a little bit of a dip here, but otherwise I think we are on this trend upwards from our general bounce here that we have been talking about, and we're calling for a little bit now, although to be fair, we were calling for it to happen a little bit higher up. And then we have a bounce upwards to about $98,000 or so before heading down and making a lower low. So let's talk about the first main bit of that, which is the bounce. Yeah, I'm looking for like a little tiny dip, but that was on the 4-hour chart, so little dips here and there, nothing to really worry about. On the daily time frame though, we had this long wick to the upside showing, hey, bulls had a little bit of momentum right now, while we were oversold on both the daily chart stochastic RSI and the relative strength index, telling us that a bounceable territory here to actually have a meaningful bounce is in the cards. And I could see us heading to that like 98K-ish general area, maybe a little bit above, maybe a little bit slightly below, because of what we're seeing on the Bitcoin liquidity heat map for 10x leverage and higher. So there's $1 billion+ right here at about $98.5 thousand for Binance to make, if it heads up and causes liquidations of short positions. I think that's a pretty juicy target that is pretty easily in reach for, well, the biggest market maker and centralized exchange in all the land of cryptocurrency, Binance. It just seems like too juicy of a target to hit, while also seeing those bounceable technicals that we just went over on the daily time frame. However, I do see the possibility on the daily time frame with the 21-day exponential moving average and our Fibonacci retracement tool of getting stopped out a little bit sooner than that, potentially at $95,000. But another reason why that 98K to 100K is going to be pretty strong resistance if we do in fact get up that high is that is where a line of resistance is on our Fibonacci retracement tool, as well as getting damn near close to the 55-day exponential moving average acting as resistance as well. This will be really stiff resistance if in fact we're able to get a bounce upwards that high. Also, from a narrative and macroeconomic standpoint, not just technical analysis, us having a bounce upwards to the December 10th rate cut decision in the United States makes sense, and then have a little bit of sell the news, and then we have a macro event happening on January 18th to 19th, which is the Bank of Japan, most likely announcing a decision around hiking rates. They could maintain their rates currently, but I'm of the opinion that they will hike rates, and I believe that will cause the markets to then fall. And if you want to know why the Bank of Japan hiking rates will cause asset markets across the world to fall, I've talked about that a lot on my channel recently. You're going to have to go and check out one of the other videos, but I hope you're having a good day, do good things, be good people, make a bunch of money.